Welcome back to the channel, folks. Mr. H here. I've got my screen recorder on to bring you some great news in the world of the Monsterverse. So if you're unfamiliar with this website here, this is monarchsciences.com. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description box, but you really should be aware of this by now. This is a kind of tracker for everything in the world of the Monsterverse. There's so much going on here. This is the viral marketing team that established this for Legendary and Warner Bros. It's so good. We can see Godzilla here, Godzilla found. There's a few interesting pointers. I'm not just showing you this because obviously you read the title to this video, and I'll get right into it. There has been some updates on the website which I feel you guys would be really keen to see. So the first one actually came to us about Mothra. Now, it essentially just declassified everything. If you're unaware of what that is that they set up this viral marketing website and they had everything in terms of information wise locked down in terms of kind of what you are as a Monarch Science security officer or whatever, like a recruit. Now they've added something, so not only have they de-restricted everything, but they've also added things. So we'll just run through it all and just show you. It's not just for Mothra, they've in fact just done it for Rodan as well. And I would imagine they're going to be doing it for King Ghidorah. So Titanus Rodin is dubbed the Queen of the Monsters. And she was found in the Yunnan, oh Jesus Christ, in the Yunnan rainforest of China. That zoom in, guys. That's the iMac Magic Mouse for you. They suck. Just as a side note. Super species profile, Monarch description, Monarch designation. They dub it Mothra, which is interesting, obviously, from all of the ancient text here. And I feel it's really important to point out here, as we take a look at this backdrop image, we can see the two characters in the top left and top right. I would imagine that that's actually a callback to the Shobijin, the little fairies. I think they're called Shobijin. So anyway, classification, obviously Titanus Rodin. Nature is unknown, which I find interesting because obviously in the movie she's supposed to be like a god, a goddess, like a protector. So it's surprising that they've still left it as unknown. It's quite apparent even from the trailers, in fact. So quite surprising. But now this is the main thing which they revealed recently. 12 seconds long. We'll just watch it. I'll shut up. So what's super cool pointing out around this is actually the fact that here we get a better close-up look of Mothra in her kind of larval form. Looks great. You can see the new tusks which they've added here. I think it's really great. And then, I think not a lot of people really noticed this, but this is Mothra in a Chrysalis. As far as I'm aware. Anyway, if you look, there's kind of flashes. And this is behind a rainforest. Now, behind a waterfall. Now, I would imagine, looking at the trailers and this piece of footage here, is that she's actually in two separate locations in the film. So we see her hatch from the egg as a caterpillar, I guess. And then from what we know of set leaks and things like that, set visits, interviews, is that the eco-terrorists will find her, try to capture her, but then she escapes. I would imagine she escapes and then builds a chrysalis somewhere to become none other than Mothra. So I find this quite interesting. I thought I'd bring you this. This is quite cool. And then just kind of a recap, I guess. From erased Nazca lines to the hidden temple of the moth, the name Mothra is woven throughout the most secret mythologies of our planet. The folklore and fairy tales tell of a winged creature of blinding light, an angel of the clouds whose godlike luminescence has the power to shatter the sky. Awesome. Really awesome. It's interesting here from this image, it kind of questions, is this Mothra? Is this Mothra? Now, this is the Amber classification, I think it was. Ancient spirit tablets discovered in the mountain jungles of the Yunnan province portray a giant winged alpha of the Lepidoptera order. In all of our findings, human civilization is pictographically shown in poses that imply deification of the so-called Queen of the Monsters, suggesting the creature was once a benign part of the natural order. When monarch containment crews discovered the live Titan Chrysalis within the Chinese myth site, Dr. Emma Russell was quickly dispatched to closely monitor the creature that lay dormant within it. A quickening sonar pulse suggests that the creature is awakening. If she ever emerges from her ancient slumber, a superspecies that once illuminated the sky will be reborn as Mothra. So maybe I am wrong then, I guess, from here. I just thought that this was a little bit of a different kind of pose. I mean, it looks more, well, vertical, whereas this one is very, very horizontal. So maybe I'm wrong, but who knows? What do you guys think? Let me know. And then this is the declassification. So pupil DNA samples suggest a remarkable multi-stage evolution. On reaching adulthood, Mothra's gigantic thorax is capable of emitting beta wave bioluminescence, which can be projected through the intricate patterns on its wings and weaponized into blinding God rays. So good that they're calling it God rays. Really, really cool. As one of the deadliest and most beautiful natural phenomena in Earth's history, no wonder this devastating guardian angel was worshipped as a goddess by the ancient human civilizations blessed to witness her. So, so cool. Now, again, there is another one, and it's actually Rodan. So, it's all been declassified now. So, specimen. Interestingly enough, this is Isla de Mara. They've changed some of the locations, actually, because I believe this was actually a completely different location when they initially set up the viral marketing website. But who knows? Titanus Rodin, a titan of winged fury. Now, obviously, monarch designation Rodan, Titanus Rodin, nature bio-volcanic. We have the body height now officially, which is, I think, is really, really cool. It's good to see. Behavior destroyer. God damn. Range worldwide. Now, again, we've got another really, really cool clip here. The clip is a mashup of footage is already in the trailer, so there's no spoilers here. But what we do here is the roar. So let's watch it. You can hear the roar in all of its glory, and you can tell me what you think down below in the comment section. So in terms of the roar, I mean, look, it's not hugely like its source material. I would say it's probably a bit more bird-like, potentially. Maybe a bit more dinosaur-like as well. Obviously, we don't know what they sound like, but kind of basic interpretation, I would say. But really, really cool. Great to hear. I like what they've done. Whether I prefer it to originals or not is kind of besides the point. I like what they've done at the very least. So again, just general bits and pieces. This was actually tweeted out by Monarch Sciences on Twitter, and they said Rodan can no longer be contained. So it actually looks like, obviously he's in stasis, but they've tried to contain him as well, which we can get to grips with here. It says, within a Monarch facility atop the active Isla de Mara volcano, a mysterious titan lies in pyrostasis within the restless magma. So he is asleep, just in pyrostasis, but obviously they've tried to block him in. I would imagine that's kind of what's happened anyway. The legends speak of it as the fire demon, or the one born of fire, but a simpler name echoes through the ancient temples of volcanically active regions, Rodan. A volcanic internal combustion system of magma flows throughout a body covered in rock-like scales that act as geothermal armor. And this is what we can see as he flies overhead. He's flying over people. We can see quite literally the magma falling off him, which is crazy. While much larger in size, Rodan has a skeletal structure similar to that of a pteranodon, so that's a great callback. One of the earliest vertebrates known to have developed the power of flight. Just as Kong is king of the primates, Rodan may have once been king of the skies. This is actually new. This image is new. I've never seen this before, so that's kind of cool to see. Really, really cool to see. I don't know when this was released or anything like that, but we can see Rodan in the background there. And as it states, because of the extreme temperatures within this particular containment facility, current lab equipment can't function properly. As a result, thermal heat signatures on the creature are impossible to collect, and monarch detection crews conducted cardiograms via aerial satellite for life sign detection and verification. Much like the volcano that incubates it, Rodan is alive but dormant. Super, super cool. And then again, this is the fully declassified information. It states that Rodan's wings are wrapped around its body in stasis, but our cryptos estimate a wingspan big enough to create a sonic thunderclap capable of leveling entire cities as it flies overhead, which is what we see in the trailers. So it's great to see they followed through with this viral marketing. RF capture scans reveal that Rodan's skin is not made of rock, but does have an outer dermis of sharp volcanic sediment collected from centuries of dormancy. So it's interesting. Maybe we will even see Rodan change and adjust, because obviously it says, you know, he doesn't have armor, but he does have an outer dermis of sharp volcanic sediment collected. Now, maybe that indicates to us kind of seeing a form of Fire Rodan further down the line. Now, Rodan, if you're not aware of the source material, I guess there's two kind of Rodans, one killed and then another, and then we can see Fire Rodan further down the line. This Rodan will have an armor-ish, similar to the original Rodan. But the fact that it states that it doesn't actually have an armor, it's not made of rock, it just has an outer dermis which is collected. It says to me that they're setting up a Fire Rodan further down the line, but again, that's just me theorizing. Psyops theorizes the vulcanized appearance of its skin may be an evolutionary trait developed as a form of camouflage against mountain or large rock formations. Truly a titan forged in fire. Now, like I say, we don't have any other declassification here, so well, we can see King Ghidorah here, but there's no video yet, which I would imagine they're going to reveal soon, quite literally just a matter of days. But it's a really cool website. I encourage you to go check it out, or just stay tuned on my channel for more of this in the future. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on all of this down below. Are you hyped for the Monsterverse? Have you checked out this website? I like this. I think this is super, super cool. There's an awful lot of bits and pieces which you can kind of just have a look around, and you know, they posted lots of images from people on Twitter and things like that. There was actually even some submissions, which is super, super cool. I feel Legendary have really nailed it with this. It's probably the best marketing I've seen in a really, really long time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the hype. I will say this as well, just whilst I've got your attention, if you want to support me, support the channel, but then also rock some really, really cool merchandise, go and check out my Represent store via the link in the description box. I have some Godzilla-inspired tees. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. I've been Mr. H. Take care.